Hello, my name is Robin Thornton from robinthornton.co.uk, encouraging you to think musically. And in today's video, we're going to be thinking musically about a warm-up, which I did during a banjo lesson. So I'll show you it in two different tunings, but I'm going to start in guitar tuning. So what we're going to do, I'll demonstrate what the warm-up is first of all, and then I'll talk you through how the warm-up works. It is a warm-up, but quite often what I do in lessons is, as part of the warm-up, we'll also be improvising and you'll be learning to make your own music. This is a key component to what I do in my lessons. So if you'd like to learn how to make your own music, contact me on robinthornton.co.uk and we can organize some lessons. I will say, I don't, in the studio, it's my students who come first. So I don't have a dedicated recording studio, video studio space. Trained as a teacher, I'm not trained in marketing and media and that sort of idea. I tend to just do stuff on my phone. I'm plugged into an amplifier over here, so hopefully you can hear stuff okay. I will switch off the snare for a minute. Give me a minute. There's a frequency that I'm currently playing that reacts to the snare, so you can hear a buzzing in the background. Hopefully you can hear the guitar okay. If you do have any suggestions about, I don't know, an app or something like that that can plug a microphone into my phone or plug an interface into my phone so that I can then balance my mic and my guitar. Sure, I'd love to hear that. I don't want these videos to take up too much of my time. I want to dedicate it to teaching and teaching you, rather than faffing around with all the media marketing stuff that we have to do. So this will have to do for the minute. Lo-fi setup, I think it's called. Anyway, so first of all, what I'm doing is I'm playing the top three strings. This is the E string, the B string, and the G string. So what you're going to hear here is I'm playing my index finger on the B string. Then I'm going to play my middle finger on the E string. And then I'm going to play my thumb on the G string. Hang on a second. I'll get around to that in a minute. Then on the B string, what I'm doing is I'm creating a slur. The way that I teach slurs is that you play a note with your right hand, or you fret a note, which obviously you're going to play with your right hand. So here I'm plucking the string with my right hand. Then I'm going to pluck the same string that I'm playing with my left hand. So if you want to try that at the moment, just play the B string with your left hand. Then we're going to add that motion to play any note on the B string with your right hand, and then play with your left hand. A lot of the time when people are doing slurs, they'll play with the right hand and then just lift their finger right off the string and wonder why it doesn't sound very good. What you do is you pluck with your right and then pluck with your left. And you can try that on different frets. This is going to sound too easy, but in Western music, in European music and American music, if you don't like the sound of something, move it by one fret. And that will work for anything within the diatonic system. If you want to know more about that, contact me on robinthornton.co.uk for lessons. I'll very lightly gloss over that at the minute. But if you don't like the sound of something, move it by one fret. So what I'm doing there, I'm playing my index index finger on the B string with the slur, and then I'm playing the open E string and then the open G string. Now what I'm doing is, so I've just been playing the B string with my index finger, the E string with my middle finger, and then the G string with my thumb. Sorry, I was translating through Spanish here. I'm like, do I use the word pulgar or do I use the word thumb? Again, I'll fill in more of that in lessons. B string with the index finger, E string with the middle finger, G string with the thumb. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to release the G string. I'm not going to play that. I'm going to play the D string with my thumb. So I'm going to move my thumb from the G string to the D string. Watch this. Hear that different note? G string here. Hopefully it's coming across okay on camera. If you can find me an app that does this quickly and easily, tell me about it. Right. G string, B string, sorry, D string. Moving the slur. So some of the music is being made by me moving the slur. Oh, didn't like that. Move it by one fret. Move the thumb across the D string. I've freed up the G string by moving my thumb to the D string. This means I can now take my index finger, take it off the B string and put it onto the G string. So what was B string with the D string in the bass now becomes, I'm going to move from the B string here to the G string. So instead of this, it becomes this. So we've gone G string, B string, E string, moving my thumb to the D string. Then I moved my index finger from the B string into the now free G string. Guess what's going to happen? I can move my middle finger across into the now free string that is the B string. Okay. So we've gone G string, B string, E string, release the G, move the thumb across the D, move my index finger from the B string into the G string, freeing that up. Now move my middle finger from the E string to the B string, which is now free. G, B, E, G, B, D, move from the B string to the G string, now move from the E string with my middle across the B, and then factor in moving up and down the fretboard. As I said, this originally came from a banjo lesson that I did, which doesn't have an E string. And on any chordophone, what you can do is something that's called scordatura, where I can just take what was the E string this is not an E string, this is now a D string, just because I tuned it differently. Have a listen to this is cool. And what I did there at the end was only using 2 frets. And as I change strings, it completely changes the note combinations. Imagine what that will be across the 12 frets, across the 22 frets on this guitar, 24 frets, depending on what you have. Normally I do things on acoustic or classical guitar because then I don't have to cope with is the amplifier coming through on the camera properly. I thought I'd give it a go. I don't really play this guitar on video. You normally get to see these if you come across for lessons, either in the Banchory area of Aberdeenshire, Scotland. So if you're local to Aberdeenshire, then you can get location-based lessons face-to-face in my house. I'm quite south in Aberdeenshire, so if you're in Angus as well, then you can come across as well. It's a quick drive from Angus. Failing that, I do online lessons as well. I've done those throughout the UK, France, Russia, the Middle East, and Australia so far. So if you come from another country and you want to contact me for online lessons, do that via robinthornton.co.uk, and we can get you set up with some lessons. I'll see you there.